Hi everyone, today we're going to return to Unifrog and make sure that we're all using this platform really well. And today the tutorial is going to focus on making the most out of the subjects library. So this is my profile, which I obviously haven't filled in that much because I'm not at the moment considering a career change. So I'm not looking at what other opportunities are available to me, but done a couple of things on here like the personality profile, etc. Now we're going to be looking at this tool today, the subjects library. So at the moment, like me, yours might look like this and just have a cross on it and say subjects, like no subjects favorited. But if you click on this button here and go to tool, then it'll take you into the subjects library and you can start discovering potential subjects. Now, I want you to focus on this today because after covering some of the forms last week, the week before half term, then it became clear that some people have got a very crystal clear idea of what they want to do after sixth form. Some people are very, very decisive. Other people have general ideas of what they like to do. So a couple of conversations that I had with students, they said, oh, I want to do something to do with the field of sport, but I'm not quite sure what yet. Or I definitely want to take physics further, but I don't know which element of physics to study. And then there was also another group of students that had absolutely no clue what they wanted to do after sixth form, and that's absolutely fine as well. Now, using the subjects library on Unifrog will hopefully help you look at all the information out there to do with particular subjects and help you to make these decisions, okay? Now, you could be in any of those three categories of pupil, okay? They're completely decided, the vague general idea, but not complete decisions made, or they haven't got a clue. And either of those stages are absolutely fine to be at. But the subjects library might help you make decisions and also help consolidate whether a subject that you think you've chosen at the moment is going to be the right one for you. So let me talk you through it a little bit. When you click on the subjects library, all of these would probably be showing grey and blank like mine, because if, like me, you haven't shortlisted any subjects at the moment or favorited any, then there's nothing to appear here. When you do start favoriting subjects, then they'll appear here, so you've got quick links into them and you can click them without going back and searching. That's why it's quite important to save them, to favorite them, so they appear here on your profile, and then you can access them, check back details, reread bits later on. So scrolling past that a little bit, what you've got here then is the ability to search for particular subjects by keyword. So that can sometimes be the quickest one. That's what I'm going to show you today. But there's also other things. So you can search by kind of school subjects. So you could put in the current subjects you're studying now if you wanted to. So you could put in like biology, English, mathematics, and then that might help you with maybe fields that they relate to. Or if you go down even further, if you're not sure what keyword to put in because you haven't got a clue, then there are all different areas you can click into. There are other characteristics that you can search by as well. Okay, if you did want to look at, what subjects are studied by the more students or have the fewest students or so on. And there's also other kind of like interests as well that are related to them. So sometimes certain subjects are linked to the interest of traveling or the interest of helping people, etc. So these are a good starting point if you really haven't got a clue, okay? Or even more, maybe even going on your personality type if you've done the personality quiz, okay? Or on your interest there. But if you're one of these people in the middle that's got a general idea but just hasn't made any specific decisions yet, I'm going to show you how maybe using the search a keyword tool might be appropriate. So you can put any word in here. Say you were one of those people I spoke to before half term who said something to do with sport but not quite sure what. You could put in sport, okay, or maybe just science, because you might actually take a variety of scientific subjects at the moment and not know which one you want to specialize into, or what area of science you can go on to study that is not available to you at the moment. I'm going to stick with my actual subject now. I'm going to put in English, okay? So I might be currently studying Lang Lit or literature, and I might know that I'd like to do maybe something to do with English. It hasn't got to be English directly, but I'd see myself doing something to do with English in the future. So let's click that in and then we'll press go. Okay, so when we have it, what comes up, okay, is first of all a kind of a school. So in many universities, English actually comes under the category of humanities. Not in all universities, but in many it does. So up here is actually quite a few humanities related subjects that are related to that keyword English that are popping up. So we have English, obviously, straightforwardly, North and South American studies, languages, linguistics and comparative literature, publishing. And then also, though, sometimes English is linked to some of the social sciences. So also that's come up for me is liberal arts and sciences and gender studies. Now, if I just want to click on one of these, it'll also give me a way into others. So actually, as somebody that's interested in English, maybe the word publishing hasn't actually popped into my head straight away, but I can see all those reams of paper there, and as an English student, that's maybe appealing to me. So I'm just going to click on this bit, read the guide here. Now, when we click on this, under the image, there are all of these tabs that you can expand. Look how many of them there, it's ridiculous, okay? So you might want to start reading through one of these today, but then you might want to be coming back to this at other points and having a flick through. So we can read the in a nutshell bit here. So in a few words, publishing is the business of making texts, books, magazines, and digital content available to the public. You'll learn how these texts are selected, proofread, edited, designed, produced to budget, and marketed for sale, in addition to developing your own writing and editing skills. So I might be reading this and thinking, well, I do actually like writing. I actually think that I'm very good at accuracy, so I might be quite good at editing as well, really. This is already kind of standing out to me as a potential. And I might read through all these other bits here and think, right, okay, yeah, this seems quite interesting. Gives a little bit of detail on kind of our average starting salary. Maybe want something a little bit higher than that, but it's not ridiculously low, so that's quite interesting. And then I might click on some of these other tabs. So look at the other areas that we focus on, getting in, okay? So this is kind of getting into the industry. What do you need? What kind of qualifications do we need at level 2 and level 3, which is the level you're studying at now? And then what else does it say about here? Okay, there's loads of information here to read through. So I would spend a little bit of time doing that, obviously. Now, what is fantastic, a brilliant tool on here as well, is when you click on statement, it actually gives you an annotated example of a personal statement for publishing. Now, this annotates it throughout, so it gives you strength. So not only does it help you with the kind of structure of a personal statement, but if you're reading this from a different point of view of another student who's interested in publishing, if some of these things resonate with you, if you think, God, I feel a bit like that actually, and I'm interested in these things, then that might point you in the direction that this subject may be for you, or it may not, if this doesn't sound like you at all. There's also other things here. So there's, here's a reference as well to show kind of what a reference of a person applying for this would be like as well. And then there's all these other categories. So there's geek out here, okay, which is thinking about certain specialist area, kind of like hot topics, okay, to kind of consider here, things you might want to read into yourself, and how it kind of crosses the curricula of different areas as well, and even talks about some academics. So by this point, I might either be thinking, nah, do you know what, this doesn't speak to me, I don't think I'm interested in publishing, and therefore I can just go back and look at something else. Or I might be thinking, do you know what, I think I want to find out a little bit more. What I probably will do at that stage is save it to my favorites, and maybe I've got time to just read something. So I'm going to click on one of these and read one of these following the link. Okay, or maybe I'm not in the mood for doing much reading today. So instead, I'm going to click on one of these video links instead, looking at a TED talk or something similar. Okay, or even there's recommendations on what to listen to. So I can click on one of these links and it'll take me directly to that. But because this is now saved to my favorites, I can't do all this in one go, and I don't want to do it all in one go because I'd have a bit of overload. I can maybe just listen, watch, or read something right now, and then I know that it's saved to my profile for later. Now, once you've done that and you've explored one particular subject, you're going to want to explore others as well for comparison. What's quite handy at the bottom of this page is that it says people also liked, and then those that like this subject guide also like the following, and then it'll give you similar subjects. So they're all related, remember, to that first keyword that we put in of English. Okay, so we've got journalism, creative writing, English that we saw earlier, film and photography, criminology, media and communications, history, law and law studies, marketing, okay, and that's about it. So going through these other areas, I might think, oh, well, actually, journalism is another area I might be interested in. And then I do the same process with that. I'd read through the information. If I'm quite interested, I can save that to my favorites as well. And then I can go through it, exploring, reading, watching, listening, having a look at example personal statements, etc. Now, by the time we do all of this, then what we're doing is building up our subjects library so that, if I go back to my home, so that when I scroll down now and next time I log in, when I go through all of these little tabs here, my purple bit now says subjects library, subjects favorited. And now when I click on the tool, the ones that I've already looked at and favorited come up first. So next time I want to find out a bit more about publishing or a bit more about journalism, I can go straight in. And who knows, now I might want to do another search for a keyword and explore another subject field as well. This is a great way to get yourself organised and focused on different areas, and you're only going to make decisions by thinking actively. Okay, these decisions aren't just going to come to you. So explore as much as you can, compare as much as you can, think about what subjects really resonate and speak to you and appeal to you, and then that's going to help you with your decision-making processes. So hope that helps. I want you to spend some time now logging onto Unifrog and creating your own subjects library with potential subjects that you may want to do after sixth form. Good luck, everybody.